Hey guys, say hello when you come in. Let me know you're here. Before we get rolling here, I want to wait for a few people to file into the room. I've got some strong things to share with you today, and I'm going to shoot straight with you, as I always do. So say hello when you come in so that I know you're here. Someone's here, already gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Look, times are tough. Let's not sugarcoat it. Okay, so many people in quote positive thinking want to sugarcoat things and they think that's going to change the reality. You see, the true definition of positivity is not stuffing and ignoring and denying the situation. Look, life is probably hitting right now. Hey, Ed. Hey, Helena. I'm gonna guess that's a Helena. Hopefully, I said that right, from Munich. But life is probably hitting you hard right now. Look, we're in a situation. Let's call it. And I resist over dramatizing, but let's call it World War III. Okay, this is the first time in my remembrance since World War II, and no, I wasn't around then, but that I can remember that we had a global kind of issue. And what we're fighting here is not only just a virus, but the more important and powerful thing we're fighting is not the coronavirus, it's a mental virus. Because so many people are freaking out, so many people are stressing, so many people are in fear, and stress and fear suppress the immune system. And so consequently, those things that we're attempting to avoid and we're feeling stressful and fearful about are going to come upon us more quickly and in greater probability because of our response to them. Does that make sense to you? Now look, it's tough times, and that's just a fact. No one is immunized. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how great your business was. There's no one who isn't impacted by this. And I hope you're paying attention. One of my mentors said to me years and years ago, James, for everything in life, you must pay attention. And to the degree you do not pay attention, you pay with pain. You see, so many people have lulled themselves into a romanticism, or they did, that said everything was going to continue to grow and grow and grow and be better and better and better and better and better. Well, what is better? Because many times better is different. And how many times have you asked for something and gotten it and thought it was going to be oh so grand, and then when you got it, you realized it wasn't that grand at all? It can get better and better and better, and it's probably not going to be exactly as you think it's going to be. But if you feel like you're facing challenges right now, I'm with you. This is challenging for me and Bersabeh as well. None of us is immunized. And I don't care how much money you have. Jeff Bezos lost $18 billion in 4 weeks. I don't care how much real estate you have. There's still people out there, ads running. Let me teach you how to buy real estate. When you get income property, then your income is secure. Well, I say, that's not true, because I have a friend right now who has 12 mortgages and 12 renters, and none of them can pay their rent. So how secure is that? Right? Write this down. Your security does not reside outside of you. Your true security resides in your power to produce. Now, if you're getting hit hard right now, let me just give you, one of my experiences. In 2013, I came out of prison. I had lost 40 pounds I didn't need to lose. I was in horrible physical health and condition. I was homeless, literally homeless. and I was $20 million in debt. Now, if you're broke today and you're feeling the crunch of this situation, I get it. I get it. And with all due respect, I will never minimize that. But let me tell you something. When I was $20 million in debt, broke looked good to me. Because broke was 20 million over my head. Broke was better than where I was. You with me on this? And when I stood in the desert, I had to make a decision of what I was going to do. And you know what the first thing is that I did? I borrowed several $1,000s from my mother, and I invested in a course with a teacher who I knew would help me get my head on straight, because I knew that success happens from the inside, not out, not from the outside in. It happens from the inside out, not from the outside in. Does that make sense to you? What are you doing with this time? You know, when things were hitting me hard in 2010, I remember I was talking to my Zen master one day, and I was really down in the dumps. If you're in the dumps, I can relate. And I was really down in the dumps, and I said to him, I just can't take it anymore. And he said, James, yes, you can. Ask for more. Now, I got to be frank, as I always am, that I didn't like his response at the time. In fact, there were a few choice words that I do my best not to utilize came into my mind at the time. You with me? And I thought, man, this guy has the compassion of a butcher. I mean, he has no heart whatsoever. Well, I was wrong, because what I now know, is that I could take more. And what I now know is that more was coming. And what I now know is that we grow the most in the crucible of challenge. We grow the most when we're in turbulent times. We grow the most when we're facing great difficulties, potentially. Now, that's entirely up to you. What are you doing with this time right now? Because given that you're looking at it in a proper perspective, this is life's greatest gift to you right now. The greatest gifts come wrapped in pain. And it doesn't mean you have to like it. Happy birthday, Akil. Make this the best year of your entire life. Make this the best year of your entire life. And that's up to you. It's not up to me blessing you or anyone else blessing you. It's up to you to bless yourself. Because when you bless yourself, then God, Spirit, Shiva, Brahman, whatever you choose to call the creative force, is going to give you what you're putting out. So, back to this issue. This is your time. Sandy, you're right on point. This is your greatest gift right now. Are you seizing it? Because what I find is most people aren't. Most people are caught in the funk of depression, and they're binging on Netflix, and they're eating comfort foods, and they're drinking way too much alcohol, and I see all the crap, that's a technical term, the crap that's being posted on social media. Oh, we're having a dance-off. Okay, well, look at me. Because I'm so bored, I got to get some attention. Come on, seriously. And I'm not being disrespectful, I'm not being judgmental, I'm just being observant. What are you doing with this time? Because Bersabeh and I are hunkering down. Bersabeh and I are practicing mindfulness. Bersabeh and I are asking, how can we provide more value to you? Bersabeh and I are planning to make the shifts and the transformations and the reinventions in our business. Because you see, here's something that you may not want to hear, but it's true nonetheless. How can we be sure we're not greedy about life when we want something great? You're born to be great, Mina. Now, it depends on how you define great. And that's a long conversation I'm not going to spin off into today, because most people define great as a lot of money and a lot of car and a lot of house and a lot of business. That's not great. That can be the outcomes of great, but that's not great. Think about that for a moment or three. Now, let me go back. Bersabeh and I are hunkering down. We're increasing our mindfulness practice. We're digging deep. We're contemplating. We're looking at reinventing ourselves and shifting our business in a new direction. If you've noticed, I'm doing way more videos. And in fact, there's a link above my head. Bersabeh and I are going to be doing an online live event called Thriving in Turbulent Times. Absolutely free. It's a webinar, online live event, web class. Just click the link, sign up. It's at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard on this Thursday, 2 weeks from today. Grab your seat. We're going to give you some very actionable, specific tips and tools that will help you move forward, level up during this time. But you see, most people are not taking advantage of this time. And trust me, I know what the temptations are. You're tempted to sleep more. You're tempted to eat a lot of sugar and comfort foods. And you're tempted to drink alcohol. You're tempted to get lost in Netflix or in movies. And I know because I've been there. You know, when I was in 2009, after the accident I was curled up in the fetal position, and I didn't think I could go on. But my Zen master said to me, ask for more. Because the fact is, you can take more. Now, again, that's not easy medicine. It's tough medicine. And thank you, Layla. That means the world to me. Keep looking within. That's where the answers reside. It's not the easy medicine, tough medicine. You know, you can turn your mess into medicine. You can turn what appears to be trash into treasure, but that's up to you. You have to do that. Right now is the time. Right now is the time. You know, project yourself to 1 year from today, and this is going to pass, but it's not going to pass like you think it is. I'll come back to that in a moment. Project yourself to 1 year from today, and you can look back and say, man, I really leveraged that time and I took advantage of the gift God gave me, and I dug deep and I became bigger, better, stronger, wiser. Or you can look back and go, man, I wasted it. I wasted it. I didn't read any books. I didn't invest in myself. I didn't hire a coach. I didn't get into the online, things that could inspire me and lift me up. I didn't retool up. Now, I said to you a moment ago that this will pass. It will pass because everything, here's what we know. Everything in this physical world is transitory. We don't like that. Whether it's up or down, whether it's great or not so great. Everything is transitory. It all passes. All pain passes, all pleasure passes. Everything passes. It's transitory. It's temporary in dimensional reality. And that's a great source of pain for many of us because we want to be able to hang on and predict and control. I mean, what the heck happened? We were buzzing along. We were in great shape. We were working out. We had big goals for 2020. We had, business plans. We had relationship plans. But guess what? Life had a different plan, didn't it? And that's why, the great Stoic Seneca stated, you must always assume, yeah, Susan, you need to get into our online group, bottom line. I'm kind of stunned that you're not there yet. But here's why Seneca stated that, hey, Anthony, good to see you, man. We're hitting those at-home workouts, right? Seneca stated, you must assume that fate is going to do everything within her power. Everything within her power that she is capable of doing. You see, life always has different plans, and guess what? Life's going to win. But what I know is that we grow the most in the crucible of challenge. It's just like going to the gym and pushing heavier weights or doing more and more reps or going longer and longer. Hey, Kevin, that's where you really grow. And this is your time. Now, let me go back because I keep getting off on tangents. Thank you, Cecilia. Handsome devil. Thank you very much. I think my wife would agree with the devil part, but anyway. So nonetheless, it's not going to go back to normal. If you're one of those people that are sitting around waiting for things to go back to normal, guess what? They're not going to go back to normal. They're not. Trust me on this one. They're not going back. Look at what happened after September 11, 2001. The generations that grew up in September 11, when September 11th happened, never knew a world, and I'll just talk about the United States now, but even those of you outside the United States, never knew a world where the U.S. could not get attacked, and I'll put that in quotes because I have my own opinion on that, by the way, and I think I have a lot of data to back it up, but I'm not going to get into that one. But, they never knew a time where there couldn't be a threat on U.S. soil. That generation. And now the generation that's growing up right now, those of you who have children, they never, ever will know a world where there hasn't been a global, quote, pandemic. That's going to be the new normal. After September 11th, think about it, guys. Those of us who are in the U.S., September 11th, life never went back to the same. A lot of our freedoms were taken away. Our liberties were taken away. Not our freedoms. Our liberties, were taken away. Travel changed. Everything changed. If you think it's not going to change now, then you need to think again. I'm going to predict to you that socializing is going to change because everyone's going to be a little bit more cautious than they were before. Everyone's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable than they were before. The way we socialize is going to change forever. It's going to be like this more so than like this. And it's unfortunate, but, just because I don't like it and you don't like it doesn't mean it's going to change. You can't change it. Travel's going to change. You mark my words. There will be restrictions placed upon us for travel from this day forward. The economy is going to change. You mark my words. It's not going to ever go back to the old normal. Just like September 11th, from that point on, there was a new normal, right? And there's going to be a new normal after this as well. And so what are you doing to retool, to level up? What are you doing to invest in yourself? You see, most people won't do what it takes. Most people will invest more money in food than they will in their mental food. Most people will invest more money. I've offered you guys, most of you guys, for several weeks now, Bersabeh and I put together an online group that's less than HBO. Used to be $97 a month, where we met once a month, and because of this time, and we want to support you, we dropped it down to $13.97. We're meeting 4 times a month. It's less than HBO. But what are most people doing? They're paying for HBO and Netflix. And where's that going to get you when this is all over? You want some insider information of how you can retool and level up, then you need to be working with the people who know how to help you with that. And let me ask you this question. Why would you trust someone to teach you and to coach you who hasn't been to hell and back? Why would you? Because there's so many people out there who have not been to hell and back, and they're espousing all these book reports, and I'm not being disrespectful. I'm really not. All good is good. But, there's a difference between being a book reader and a beast beater. You follow me? Why would you trust someone to coach you and to teach you who hasn't been to hell and back? Because your scars are a symbol of your strength. And if the people you're listening to are sitting up in their ivory tower thinking that they're all well and good, there's still people, check your feed. There's still people saying, "Oh, let me teach you how to invest in real estate. Oh, let me teach you should put your money in gold and silver." It's not about any of that. I mean, Jeff Bezos lost $18 billion in 4 weeks. And you go, well, he's got plenty of billions. No, you're not thinking straight, because you have no idea what his overhead is. People are saying, "Oh, I saw someone the other day going, oh, my money's all secure. I know my future because I have income properties that are generating income every single month." Well, guess what? I have a friend who has 12 mortgages with 12 renters, and none of them can pay rent now. It's not about that. Write this down. Your security does not reside outside of you. Your true security resides in your power to produce. And so the number one investment you can make, Warren Buffett tells us this. They asked him, what's the number one investment someone could make? He didn't say stocks and businesses and real estate. He didn't say any of that. He said the number one investment that anyone can make is in their own development and education. Life is giving you a gift right now. Right now. What are you doing with it? Most people are doing the same damn thing they've always done. If they're all caught up in health and fitness, they're just focusing on health and fitness from home and not much else. If they're all caught up in money, they're just focusing on making more money and trying to figure out how to do it from home and not much else. But the wise are understanding that all of those things are the effects of a deeper and greater cause. Every single thing in this universe happens from the invisible before it becomes visible. It happens from the inside and comes outside. It doesn't happen from the outside and come inside. And so look, I shared with you a minute ago that Bersabeh and I, we are so committed to supporting you. We're doing a live online web class on this Thursday at 11 a.m. PST. It's free. It's free to attend. There's a link above my head. Just click it and just register, because we're going to give you 3, if not 4, at least 3, maybe 4 specific actionable techniques and tools that you need to be putting into place right now to make sure you're prepared for the new world. The new world, because it's not going back. It's not going back. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life, and neither have you. But this is the new world. Okay? And it's not going to go back. And so what are you going to do to retool and prepare? And I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to inspire you. Because, again, God, life, has given you a gift. And you're either using it or you're not. And I really, really challenge you to be using it. I really, really challenge you. Like I said, when I was $20 million in debt and homeless, I borrowed several $1,000s from my mother to invest in a course that would get my head on right. And you got to get your head on right, because the greatest crisis we're fighting is not a corona crisis. It's a mental virus. It's a mental crisis. And I'm not saying corona is not real. It is real. But what I'm saying is that the stress and the fear is suppressing your immune system, and it's causing the very thing you fear the most to come upon you. The stress and the fear around paying the rent and paying the bills is causing that to come into your life. And when you get the cause correct, internal, then the effect will follow. Let me help you. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate your time. I know there's a lot of things out here in internet land that you can be listening to and watching now, and you honor me by giving me a few moments of your day. Click the link above my head. Join us at the online live web class on Thursday at 11 p.m. PST, 11 a.m., 11 a.m. PST, with me and Bersabeh both, and we're both going to co-host and talk about the things we're doing every single day to make sure that we're here for you, and we're here for ourselves, and we're here for the world. God bless you. Love you lots. Have a masterful day. Talk soon. See you on Thursday.